So hello everyone and welcome to the second day of our amazing startup pitches. As I said to you yesterday, I do believe that's the most important and the most interesting part of the day. And thank you so much, Aurimas, for this amazing presentation. You know, every time when I listen to someone talking about me, well, it pleases my heart a lot. I think I do something interesting in my life and that's really inspiring, and hopefully also inspired you guys to do something extra. So, coming back to the pitches, we do know that every crisis creates opportunities. You saw it in all the visuals of this conference. We also know that the fintech community is capable of thinking outside the box and finding innovative solutions. These uncertain times demand solid, valuable ideas and more than ever. Fintech Week Lithuania invited the startups for the FinTech Pitch Battle. Today is the second day. Here we will see the teams and the founders that will present their ideas and solutions. Winning teams will be provided access to consulting, discussions about funding opportunities, and invitation to world's leading events. So, before I tell you about the prizes, allow me to tell you who stands behind this event. So, the organizers of the Startup Pitch Battle. I'd like to thank to MITA, Agency for Science and Innovation and Technology. I also would like to thank you to Baltic Sandbox. Also, thanks for Startup Wise Guys. And last but not least, thank you for Rocket Vilnius. These four companies gathered here together for this conference in order to show you something really interesting, and I'm really excited to start the pitches because I've seen the recordings, they're really awesome. But we do know that the pitches is a competition, and in the competition, we have to have the jury. So allow me to present each and every of the beautiful, bright-minded people that gathered here today in order to decide who are the best of the second day. So, Ekaterina Bitus, Head of Startup Partnerships at Swedbank. Ekaterina, welcome.
Hello.
Jone Vaitulevičiūtė, partner at Startup Wise Guys. Jone, how's the second day going so far?
It's the third day already.
The third day.
So it's much more comfortable.
Thank you so much. We're glad to have you here. Then we have Audrius Milukas, partner and CEO at Open Circle Capital.
Hello.
Hello,
nice
Audrius. It's the second day. Have you seen the first day?
Yes, I saw it on Facebook.
You saw it on Facebook.
Yes.
Is there something that you actually liked about it?
Yes, there was no sound in few.
Oh, you're talking about the startup that they had the translator. Well, this actually shows that technology allows us to do absolutely new things.
And now I like it that it's fixed already today.
Okay, okay. And then last but not least, we have Sandra Goldbrag, the CEO of Baltic Sandbox. Hello, Sandra.
Hi, Andres. Happy to be here.
Happy?
Second day in a row.
And do you have any expectations for today?
Well, great pitches, I guess.
Great pitches. Yeah, let's talk about the pitches. Today, we're having a second day of our startup pitch battle, and I'd like to remind you the key rules that we base this event on. So, everyone who is watching us today, you'll see the 3-minute pre-recorded pitches, and then after that, the jury will have the Q&A session for 3 to 4 minutes. Jury will evaluate each and every pitch in 4 main criteria. As usual, problem, solution, is there a market, and do you guys already have attraction? The winners will receive the winners of the battle will receive several prizes. Just to mention them. A vacation package at the Lighthouse Co-living in Klaipėda. Then fast track to Startup Wise Guys FinTech Accelerator Selection Bootcamp. And Cloud Booster prize, $5,000 of free AVS service credits. So, said that, let's begin the pitch battle. I'd like to invite the first team. Allow me to present the first team. The stage is reserved for Inform Debtor and the founder, Dovydas Varkulevičius. Dovydas, your 3 minutes.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Dovidas, and I'm CEO of Informed Debtor. Informed Debtor is international debt management system online. And before we start, I would like you to see a small video presentation.
Getting a debtor to fulfill his obligation can be a difficult task, and if the debtor is in another country or continent, things can get really problematic. This makes international debt recovery a complicated, time and money-consuming process. How can creditors find a trusted partner, communicate effectively with the debtor in other country, while getting the best offer hassle-free from the comfort of their home or offices? Introducing Informed Debtor. This is an international debt management system which simplifies debt collection process in a fast, easy, and affordable way. The system is multilingual and allows creditors to send notification to the debtors by email, SMS, or registered mail. However, if the debt is not paid, the creditor may announce an auction for our trusted, carefully selected and reviewed partners, particularly located in the country of your debtor. An offer bidding and independent partner network assures that our clients receive most realistic debt recovery terms. Our system then supplies the pre-filled universal partnership agreement between the client and the partner. The advantage of our product against competitors is that we offer verified international partners. We give the best offer bidding and also a notification system. Get in touch with us today to learn more. Visit www.informeddebtor.com.
Thanks to pandemic and quarantine, our market size in Europe grew substantially, around 1/6, so it is around 15%. Market size globally rising 8% annually. Our revenue comes from two streams. The primary streams is the auction winners fee and supplementary notification fee. We have more than 660 happy customers which have recovered more than 50 million of the debt. The result progression, as you see the curves, speaks for themselves. We have partner network as far as Alaska and Australia. There's 5 of us in the team. Thank you for your kind attention.
So, welcome back. Hello, Dovidas. Thank you for your pitch.
Hello.
Now, I'd like to turn to the jury. Jury, are you going to be fearful today? Do you have any questions?
We do have
Jonna?
questions,
Yes,
not
Jonna,
fearful
please.
ones. So, hi, Davidas. Yeah, I think
Hello.
pandemic was a good time for your startup.
And it still
My
is.
qu-
And it still
yeah.
is.
My question is, what is your client acquisition strategy and what is the customer acquisition cost?
So the customer acquisition cost, we lowered it throughout the last period from 50 to 10 euros. Acquisition strategy, we mainly focus on retail. It's social marketing and search engine optimization. And for the wholesale, we do direct sales.
Okay, and maybe one more question. I saw this nice spike, I think at the end of September last year that you had. So that was exactly the marketing strategy or something else?
There are two things. The first thing, the market turned to our side. That's the first thing, and the second thing, we decided to go from retail to as well to wholesales to bigger customers, and they're helping them to extract as much money as they can from their debt portfolios.
Thank you so much, Ekaterina.
I have a question, Davide. What is the
Yes.
key element you target as the main, which helps for you to scale?
Well, the scaling is basically our partner network and as well affiliate programs, which allows us to scale in the foreign countries, which example showed the Portugal, Spain, now Italy, and we're in very strong acquiring bigger partners. Now on 25th, we have a big negotiation with one of the biggest debt recovery groups. So our partner network is growing as we speak day by day. So this is our market acquisition strategy. We're going through the partner network and affiliate program.
Audrus, Sandra, do you have any questions?
I have few.
Yes, Audrus.
I definitely believe that there is a market for this. I'm interested from the VC point of view and a little bit later stage. What is the revenue monthly growth last like 5, 6 months or 3 months? Is it 10? Is it 5?
It was last year we ended with 5 on average. This year, this first half of the year, we're going to 10, and we expect to 5-fold in autumn. So that's fourth quarter is going to be around 50. The next year, we're expecting to be, due to the rising of the debt, which is rising every quarter by double digits. And it's so if we go to US and we are thinking of expanding, we already have an invitation from one of the VCs. So if we expand to US, so our debt portfolio will rise like 20 times more.
And maybe the second question was that what you're raising money for? You're raising quite big amount, and how are you going to split it?
We're raising. Actually, it's a market expansion. It's getting affiliates and open up new markets. And of course, we need to adjust the system to the local GDPR regulations. That's it.
I have a question as well. So you mentioned your competitors. Can you elaborate on this? And additionally, where are they located? What's their market share? And why are you better than them?
So there are a couple of our competitors around. So the first one is Otcall, which is basically it's Yellow Pages for your debt. It's a lead company. It leads to the debt recovery companies. We do auctioning. We do inform of the debtors. So we are kind of in advance. That's the first thing. The second thing, we have another competitor which only targeted to financial institutions. That's meaning only big debt portfolios, and then they do more consulting than marketplace debt recovery. So that means find the best solution or the best pricing model for your customer in the distant market. And they don't have multilingual platform. So at the moment, they're very devoted to the German market, so to speak. The other competitor, which is over the ocean, they only into trading debt. We do trading. We allow you to recover your debt based on success fees. So we allow you to do more. We have to have you more options. And of course, the best price.
Thank you so much, Dovydas. Thank you so much, Yuri. That was the first startup, Inform Debtor. We move on to our next startup, and I'd like to present you Bank of Memories and the founder, Irina Savitska.
Hi friends, my name is Irina. I'm from Bank of Memories, and today I want to tell you more about our service. We live in a digital era where digital assets are the most expensive assets in the world, as well as most vulnerable. Hacker attacks and viruses are happening every day, and when we talk about heritage and your family memories, that's priceless and it's impossible to restore. We found 350 million people who are trying to save their heritage professionally every day due to risk to lose the data and a lot of advertising and some restrictions, so that's not user-friendly. We created Bank of Memories that's a mix of technology and unique functionality. We use blockchain, AI and AR and offer smart storage function, family tree where you can discuss and share data with your family members, message to the future, digital tags and digital testament where you can inherit data. So what is the magic, you will ask? It's impossible to lose data. We keep 3 copies for you and it's self-recovered. We keep it on decentralized data storage. We guarantee to transfer all your data to the future to new generations. There is no third-party access. Even Bank of Memories doesn't know what you stole. We are a tunnel between you and your data. We also offer transparency of data transmission, which is enabled by blockchain. Our business model is pretty simple. The more data you store, the lower the price is. 1 GB can cost from 99 cents to 10 cents, depending on how much data is in the system. We offer you one-time pro activation for $7, and you will activate all functions in the app. The market is pretty big, $27 billion, and it grows every year. Competition can be divided into 4 groups. It's monofunctional services and multi-services, and centralized and decentralized storage. And we offer more sophisticated services and functions on decentralized storage with 3 copies, and it's impossible to lose your data. Our team consists of 10 people. Our CEO is Andrew, Irene, Business Development Officer, Andrew, CTO, 12 years in development, and Henry, our CMO, 6 years in production and marketing. We tested our MVP and got amazing result, 3,500 downloads with 0 budget. And here's our plan for 4 years. We need 120K for 10% equity with valuation cap 1.2 million for a rapid start of our project in 3 months after our MVP is ready.
Thank you, Irina, for the amazing pitch. I'd like to turn to the jury. Jury, do we have questions?
Yes.
Ekaterina.
Hello, Irina. Interesting.
Hello again.
Hello. I'm wondering, in the name of your company, there is a word bank. How do you see how your solution could be applicable for fintechs, how it supports the area? Could you tell something about that?
Of course. So we call it Bank of Memories because we also store assets, and it's digital assets. We do it on blockchain. It's a completely new way of storing data on decentralized storage. And people are really far away of all fintech technologies. It's mainly applicable to businesses, but not to regular people. And our big mission is to show regular people how they can combine this kind of fintech solution, a completely new way of using blockchain, so that they even don't notice this, and they will be able to use it for their families, for something they already got used to, like memories, like family archives. And this way we are going to match them. And inside, of course, we use an architecture like in the bank. We have all the transactions. We use Stellar Fork. So this is like a bank, but it's a little bit different way of presenting this.
But can we use this solution in the to support the fintech solutions? Could it be a service for fintechs?
Yes, we have an open API. We developed an infrastructure which can be used by any bank inside, and they can only use our technology, our algorithm, which we already created for data storage, for transferring, for digital will, for all the functionalities we have. So other startups or other banks who are willing to apply the system what we have, they can use our algorithm, and we open API and they can do it.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Irina. I have a question. I remember your pitch from, I think, back in November last year. So maybe you can briefly tell what has happened and with your startup, and when is that MVP coming?
Yes, I was happy to see you last year. We really progressed from that time. We made a big test. So we here in Ukraine, we installed just, as I said, we have a zero marketing channel, which is, we didn't know it will work. So we put several digital tags, so that's with AR, digital tags in the city center. And we got 3,500 downloads, and people, like 200 people, paid the service, and they are waiting for release in 3 months, so even in 2 months. We got an angel investor since that time, and we also invested our own budget of co-founders, and we are ready like in 2 months to go.
Thank you so much. Do you have more questions, Audrius?
Yeah, maybe what's your competitive advantage against those giants that are already in the market, like the same Google Drive or Dropbox, so you can use the same here, but what's your competitive advantage, and maybe what's your unique selling point?
Of course. Yes. So if to start from Google Drive and Evernote, Dropbox, and other services, they only used for storage and they are centralized. They're expensive. We are using completely new system of storing. Our cost of storing like 10 times lower than like Amazon and Google. And we use inside a token which will help to increase our marketing awareness of the brand. And we see it's a completely different functionality from Google Drive. It's not applicable to compare, and they are centralized. They see everything you store and they have access to your data. And we do decentralized, where only you and your family can recover passwords, can interact, and we are not intervening in this system, which is also a great thing for banks. Like a Chinese bank, they are now launching their token, and they're moving into these decentralized solutions.
I guess last question, which is related to your business model. You mentioned that you acquired all your customers for free now. So what's your projected customer acquisition cost, and comparatively, what's your lifetime value? Again, projected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, projected. Our cost was lower than $4. But in the end, we got them for free, which is amazing. And that's the first thing. And second, inside we had tokens, and we are going to continue their lifetime using our system with the help of gamification. We want to keep them as long as possible. So that's not like 3 months or 6 months and they will delete. We expect them to connect their families and to add family archives, medical data, digital will for data, and this will be the place like Facebook. But Facebook is for social media and is a different thing, and this is for private data, which should be secured and stored as long as possible. And therefore, we made our business model this way in calculations that the more they store as a family, they lower the cost. For comparison, like our cost of storing 1 GB will be $0.08, which is impossible everywhere else. And we have like huge margins on this.
Yeah, talking about lifetime value, I actually meant what is the total amount of money that one customer is going to spend in your service during the period that this customer is staying in the service?
Okay. Yeah, for a year we calculated average budget of $1.80. So it's like almost $2. We calculated for 1 year. That's what every customer is going to spend maximum.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Yuri. Thank you so much, Irina. That was the second startup, Bank of Memories. Let's move on to our next pitch, and it's going to be Manu Analytics and the founder, Daumantas Zamalis.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daumantas, and I'm a co-founder of Manu Analytics. Everyone can look nice on the internet, but not everyone is qualified to become your customer. While working as a risk officer in a financial institution, I had to face the problem of desperate borrowers. Majority of our loan applications would be rejected after the credit scoring, with a huge impact to our budgets. In fact, European consumer lending companies reject 90% of their loan applications after the credit scoring, with a total cost of almost 2 billion euros per year. Usually, companies have to forego lengthy and costly customer onboarding process, which involves identification, data verification, and scoring. To optimize this flow, we have created Manu Analytics. We track behavioral data while the person progresses through online application and filter unqualified customers before onboarding, while qualified ones can be retargeted and supported along the journey. As a result, companies can significantly reduce customer onboarding and acquisition costs without affecting customer experience. So far, we have launched 2 POCs with 10 more underway. We scored 500,000 of loan applications, and with current accuracy, we can offer more than 50% savings to our customers. Our goal is to onboard 20 clients by the end of this year, score more applications, improve our accuracy, and reach 30K MRR. We are a team of 6 seasoned professionals and academics. We share the same passion to solve problems in an efficient and smart way. Yes or no is not an answer to us. We need to know why. To achieve our goals, onboard 20 clients, improve our accuracy, and reach 30K MRR, we are raising a round of 150K euros. What's more important, 50K is already committed by our partner, startup WiseGuys. We are their portfolio company and just recently graduated from the acceleration program. We are a behavioral analytics company, and we deliver value to our clients. Thank you.
So, hello back to you, Daumantas. How is Vilnius doing?
Well, I suppose it's doing great.
Yeah, because we're also in Vilnius, so we actually know that. Okay, I turn to the jury. So, dear jury, is it yes or no, or you would like to ask a question why? Joanna, maybe you could start.
Yes, the why question. Yeah, maybe Daumantas, you have some insights from 2 POCs that you would like to share, maybe some patterns, interesting patterns that would be interesting for the audience to hear.
Well, absolutely. We have one very interesting pattern, which probably could be obvious, but we see that people that are more literate and fill the loan applications faster are more likely to be accepted, for example, than others. In addition, we can share that the people who are more engaged into the application filling, and for example, imagine when you fill something, there are fields which are required and optional, and usually as we are human beings and want to complete everything as fast as possible, and very often we miss mandatory fields. But for example, those people who receive the message of missed field and spends more time looking at the message are more likely to be qualified than others, for example.
Interesting.
Thank you so much.
If I miss some information on purpose, it means I'm more eligible. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, you have to bear in mind that there are multiple data points that create your persona or your profile, and probably it's not that straightforward.
Of course.
Yes.
So what's your current MRR, and what are your actual revenue streams? Is it just some commission per application?
Well, we don't have the revenue stream so far because we just only finalized POCs. We are being affected a little bit by the COVID. That's unfortunate, and therefore a couple of contracts just been withheld for that time. But we managed to find another way to onboard clients, and during that period, we have signed 3 contracts with partners. We have a pipeline of 10 new customers right now.
Yekaterina, I saw you had a question.
Yes, hello, Daumantas. Thank you for the pitch. I have a question. Is it really only the loan applications that you could focus on? Have you thought about some other areas where your solution could be useful? For example, helping customers to, I don't know, onboard other services in fintech area, or even maybe you are looking to some other areas outside the fintech?
Well, thank you so much for this question. Absolutely, yes. We have found, well, accidentally really, we just bumped into the person in the last conference that we attended, Emerge conference, and we bumped into the person who was actually a former chief scientist of Booking.com, and it appeared that our technique might be very much useful in the area of tourism when to predict if the person would actually arrive to the hotel after filling the application. But this is just one example. In reality, there are way more adoptions that could be used in fintech and beyond.
Thank you.
Yes, and Audrus, maybe an investor's perspective.
From my point of view, it's a little bit too early. However, do you have any competitor worldwide that you are chasing, or you compete with him, or something similar company that's already been growing?
Thank you for your question, Audrus. Absolutely. This field is not a new field in a sense of various data points that being produced by the customer while he progresses through onboarding process, or any other data points that might be related to the personality of the customer. Either it's a LinkedIn profile, either it's a Facebook profile, or any other data that could be found about the person all over the internet. So there are those alternative scoring companies, and there are quite many of them. But we are specifically focused on this onboarding process and assessing the customer quality before onboarding. So in that regard, our selling proposition is unique. We help companies not to replace their existing scoring solutions, but rather help them use lower amount of scoring needed, and score only those customers, or onboard only those customers that seems to be qualified for that.
And maybe last question, is it B2C or is it also B2B? Do you work with businesses which is onboarding for the loans or services?
Yes, we are purely B2B company, and we offer our service to the companies that that onboard customers, private persons.
B2B2C.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Yuri, for the questions. Thank you, Daumantas. That was the 13 Manu Analytics. We move on to our next pitch. I'd like to present to you Compensair and the founder, Roman Gilmanov.
Hello everyone, my name is Roman, I'm founder of Compensair, and I'd like to start with a question. What do you think about the number of people who experience delayed or cancelled flight every year? If we were in 2019, I'd like to say that it is about 30-35 million people, but in 2020 it's gonna be more than 200 million people. And do you know how many of them even know they write? Less than 10%. So in Compensair we developed a tool, a platform which automates all the processes for client and helps to get refund, cash refund or compensation from airline. And yes, it works with COVID-19 cancelled flights as well. So we take care about all the paperwork, negotiate with the airline, work with regulations, go to the court, and everything you need as a client, just wait several weeks and get paid. Since we started in 2016, we already helped to get more than 6 million euro compensations for our clients and growing more than twice year-over-year without no capital raised. We're focusing on developing B2B2C model because it is a platform which connected to different travel agencies, different banks, travel services, airports, mobile operators, and we even help our competitors to process applications more efficient because it is not based on people work. So, and you ask me, Roman, 5 billion airclaim market is just a tiny part of the pie. Yes, but the pie is the consumer dispute resolution market, where people lose or overpay dozens of billion euros every year, and we're gonna change it. So we're gonna make the platform on which every client who wronged by big company will take money back or will take compensation for that. very easily. So we have a very good team. We already used to do startup before Compensator, and we failed. I think it means something. So by now, we at the moment we are raising our first round seed financing, 1.2 million euro, to scale up our business in Airclaim and start new MVPs and banking and insurance areas. So we gonna expand our partnership network to 20K partners by that. So thank you for your time. We'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
To you, Roman, and thank you for an amazing pitch. I'd like to turn to the jury. Audrus, will you give the 1.2 million?
Definitely, it's interesting startup. We would like to talk more. I'm wondering about the competition and the clients. The competition who are competing with, of course, globally, and the clients from what regions they are coming.
Okay, thank you for your question. Starting with clients, so at the moment we have less than half of our clients are from CIS countries, and other half it's mostly from Europe. We have about 10% from US, and most of Europe is from UK, Germany, and France. So if we talking about the competitors, actually the biggest, if we talking about the Airclaim segment, from where we're starting, so there is one big player in the market which called AirHelp, and some of the players in the market who are, let's say, pretty the same metrics as we. So it's like Claim Compass, Flightride, and so on. Our key difference between, if we're talking about competition, is that we are not working like claim agency, so like other companies used to work. We are working like a platform which provides clients with a tool. So when a client goes to our website and fill out the form, so he automatically goes to the airline form and the airline website. And by this case, it makes very efficient of the process of the application. It helps us to get money faster from airline than our company does.
Yes.
Last from me, what's the technology behind? So how does all process work? So is it just the application from the client and then the tech is coming, or just people doing the job? How does it work?
It is. Let's start with the first part. So when client goes to our website, client just fill out the form. That's how it works for a client. After that, our platform divides the process on the few steps. First step is pre-qualifying. So we receive all the data from the services we integrated with, and process. It is on 70% of applications, process is fully automated. But we still have about 30-35% of applications which goes out of the default user way. So in this case, we have an operational team who help our system be more efficient and automate. So for example, if we receive new kind of different reply from airline, so the exact specialist just see this email and creates the automatic pattern for this email, and in the future, system will understand this email automatically.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sandra.
Hey, Roman, pleasure to see you here. So my question is, can you tell a little bit more about your go-to-market strategy, like country by country in Europe?
Thank you. So if we're talking about the, as I said, our first goal at the moment is scale up Airclaim business because it is working, it is profitable. We know how to scale it, and in this business, we are planning to go at first to the UK market. We already have client in, to the Germany market, to the France market, and Spain market. 4 key markets in Europe for us. We're planning to go to these markets like with few steps. First step is to create a strong partnership network in this country. By partnership, I mean strategic partners who help us with new clients acquisition and brand awareness, and small partners like affiliates who just promote our offers. And also we are connecting with advertisement and CPA networks, CPA companies who help us to buy traffic in these countries efficiently. And after this, we are going with our internal advertisement to this country.
Thank you.
So,
Joanna?
and the tier is the same as I said about the countries.
Joanna, maybe you have a question?
Yeah, you've mentioned, I think, quite a list of B2B clients or B2B categories. So which of those have proved for you actually to be the most effective and you would go pursuing after?
Thank you for the question. It is not like B2B clients, because actually it is like partners who help us to attract new clients. And in this case, it depends. So, for example, we have experience of working with banks, and it is good experience. And we know how to work with banks and what is potential upside of working with banks. So we have a list of banks in Europe, and we just need to go to every bank in Europe and partner with them. So we know how to work with telecom companies like MTS, for example. We used to work with. It is a little bit different than working with banks, but we also know how to work with these companies and how to make it profitable for both sides. So in this case, most interesting partners for us, if we're talking about the big companies, it is banks and telecom companies. After this, we're going to the big travel agencies.
Okay. And one very quick question. Did I correctly see that you go to court for the client?
We do not. Actually, we don't like to go to the courts. We are focusing on exactly pre-court negotiation and pre-court resolution of the claim. And we solve on pre-court stage up to 80% of the cases.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Ekaterina?
I'm wondering, hello, Roman, I'm wondering how many applications you dismiss. So it looks quite smoothly in your presentation, but do really all customers get refunded?
No, of course not. Unfortunately not. So if we're talking about the success rate, if we receive applications, so I mean that if all the conditions are good with the applications and we start working with it, so success rate is depends on the airline, but it is between 25-30% up to 60%. And I mean on pre-court resolution. If we go into court, success rate is going a little bit up. So it is, if we're talking about compensation cases, but we also working on COVID refunds, and COVID refunds are gonna be up to 70% success rate.
And one more question: after COVID is over, do you believe that we will have less flights, that we will fly less, and so as a result we will have less applications and less canceled flights?
It's a good question because actually what just happened is one of the main risks. So, but what I think that the key challenge of my market, let's say that, is not about the total amount of the market. It is about the people don't know their rights. So even if market will decrease by let's say 20%, we still have 60% of the people who are eligible for money but do not know that he or she could get it.
Thank you so much, Yuri, for your questions. Thank you, Roman. And that was the fourth pitch from the team Compensair. So, last but not least, I'd like to present to you Heavy Finance and the founder, Laimonas Noreika.
Hello, everyone. We are Heavy Finance, and we created a crowd lending platform where your investments are backed by heavy machinery. We have a bold statement to make. Banks are lazy. Just take a look at what N26 or Revolut did to the payment industry. We, Heavy Finance, are here to do the same for a lending and saving industry. Money has never been that cheap. Therefore, investors are looking for better opportunities on their funds. What do we have for them? We, Heavy Finance, created a safe and regulated environment where all the investments are backed by heavy machinery, and investors can expect for lucrative 40% return on their investments. As for borrowers, we believe that we need to simplify the process of applying for a loan. There is no need to move your feet from your farm or your office to apply for a loan. With Heavy Finance, you can get loan funds for you in 5 business days. The market opportunity is great. Farming industry, forest industry, road building industry, they are full of heavy machinery and the machines are very, very expensive. We started recently and we offered our investors an opportunity to invest in a loan which is backed by Claas Harvester. The loan was 150,000 euros for a 24 months period, and we literally spent 100 euros for marketing. But 35 investors invested in a loan, funded the loan in 3 business days. Funny fact, we don't even receive a single call to check if the platform actually exists, to talk about the loan itself. And why is that? First of all, we are an experienced team which works in the heavy machinery for more than 30 years, in the lending industry for more than 10 years. So people know that, they understand that we are serious guys taking a serious venture. So we are looking for partners. If you want to join our venture, give us a call, write us an email, and let's work together.
So greetings to the serious guy, and hello, Laimonas. It's a pleasure to see you here.
Hello, everyone.
Dear jury, should I start from Ekaterina from the Swedbank?
Swedbank, not Slowbank. Hello, thank you for a great pitch and a very interesting solution. So my question is do we talk about like the harsh competition, or there is a room for a cooperation with the bank?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I think that we are a partner of banks because we, as a more focused player, can solve clients' issues better, faster, and with a more personal approach, which creates an opportunity to actually increase the client itself to the level when it becomes interesting for the bank. So we, as a small fintech, are for helping the smaller players, which is currently not interesting for a big bank like Swedbank, but with the help of our fintech, they might be interesting in a few years.
Thank you. And what about the other markets? Do I understand correctly that you are focusing on the Lithuania market currently?
No. I don't think that it's wise to focus on that small market. So everywhere in Europe, banks are not efficient. That's how I see it, and we will look for places where supply and demand of the funds is not there because of the bank's inefficiency, and that's where we will go next.
Can I? This is
I,
kind of,
I
this
see.
is
I
kind
see
of
what is
battle.
happening. I see what is happening.
Guys.
Yes.
So, just questioning: is bank inefficiency the only cornerstone of your value proposition, and how to see your competitive advantage?
So I think that fintechs are pretty much, they don't do nothing special. The only thing what they do is they focus on some niche on let's say payments or investment services or lending. So we focus on equipment financing, and we are here to do it best as it's possible to do. So it's not about competition, it's about focusing and doing it perfect. So that's our aim.
Thank you. Jonna, maybe you have a question?
Yeah, I just want to check. You mentioned you're looking for partners. Can you maybe elaborate what kind of partners and maybe some that you already have?
Yeah, exactly. So one of our scaling visions is to actually work with the partners. So companies who is renting or selling the new or used machinery, and with our help, their clients can afford to buy more. So that's our proposition to our partners, that if you partner with Heavy Finance, you might be able to sell more machinery to your clients. So this is one type of partners which we're looking for. Also, we might be interesting for debt providers, so for cheaper capital, which might help us to deliver more services for the clients. These are pretty much first partners which we're looking for.
And do you have some?
So one of the founders is running a company, is owning a company called Novarent. So they are selling and renting used machinery for farmers. So they are our partners now. We are soon to sign with another one, which is working in Lithuania. So it's we are just 7 days in the market. So it's early to have all of them already contracted.
Audrius, Sandra?
Maybe for me, it's a brave idea. As long as I understand, it's like P2P market has its already leaders in Lithuania, and so what segment is the machinery. However, this 14% or this machinery for 40% to the client, it's a little bit a risky segment. Would you consider yourselves a little bit a riskier segment than real estate or than other P2P platforms?
So we're not comparing ourselves to real estate because the collateral itself is very different. Heavy machinery is way more liquid if you need to actually in the recovery process, because you can easily sell the machine to, let's say, Poland or UK by decreasing the price of the machinery per 10%, let's say, right? So that's one. And second thing, regarding the interest rate you mentioned to the investors. So we expect it to decrease it heavily during when our company gets the reputation and reliability. But at the same time, we have to understand that most of our loans will be bridge loans, which is for a short period of time. Let's say the farmer gets a loan on April, at September or November, he's already ready to give it back. So it's more for 6-7 months, and then in that case, the interest rates are not that harmful.
Sandra?
Yeah, so I do understand that in Lithuania, up to some point, you can grow just using word of mouth, because definitely those farmers, they're talking to each other. But after this, what's your strategy? How are you planning to go after your customers?
Same vision. So pretty much partners who is working already with the farmers. We are willing to help them to sell more and earn more. So that's our growth strategy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yuri. Thank you so much, Laimonas. That was the last pitch from the team Heavy Finance. Now, I'd like to turn to the jury and make a short reflection session. So, Ekaterina, can I start with you? what do you think about the pitches that you saw today? And maybe you'd like to comment some specific things that should be taken into account for the next events.
The pitches were very exciting, and we had so many interesting ideas we saw. And thanks startups for sharing them. I think that all of them are different, and this diversity, it's really cool thing. So I believe that it was not boring to watch. So we had from the debt collection technologies to the machinery financing. So very cool. Congratulating all the startups. And for the next events, I believe we should keep that diversity and maybe just have some extension to allow more pitches to happen in our battle. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Jone, comparing the yesterday pitches and today's pitches and the teams, do you see any difference and maybe some other things that you've noticed happened?
Yeah, well, taking into account that we had provided a lot of feedback yesterday, so the teams could improve. No, but I think jokes aside, indeed, what I saw a bit more that we lacked yesterday is the ask. So what are you looking for? Why are you here? So for the price or for whatever, it has to be there. So it makes it easier for us as well to understand, should we approach you or not, as we are all from different stages of investments or representing corporates. So that's really important. And then I think looking just what I would like to see more is under a clear understanding of where your startup is, what did you do to take it to this point, and how your journey will look in the next 6-9 months. I don't need to look maybe that much further into like acquiring, 1% of 10 billion market or anything like that, but just like very, very precise understanding of what are you doing next. And a remark in general, I think about customer acquisition costs that we have been making yesterday and today. Customer acquisition costs for non-paying users is so different from paying users. So really, I think startups should avoid saying that, oh, we acquired them for zero. It's never zero if they pay. So.
Thank you so much for your insights. Audrius, you represent a very big venture capital. So from the investor's perspective and the pitches you saw today, is there something that actually was always or constantly missing, or is there something different that you'd like to see in the pitches? Maybe you could share your thoughts on this.
Yeah, thank you for the question, and thank you for inviting me here. Maybe from our point of view, we are a tech fund, and we always want to know something more about tech, automation, AI, or technology that you have behind your beautiful pitch, because it's very important that in some small area or in a small region you are growing, but what's when you're going to go to the whole world, and are your automation or your artificial intelligence or your machine learning can help you to grow bigger, faster, and scale. This is for us very important. The technology behind, it's very important, and don't be afraid to show that in a pitch. The second thing is for us important, and usually I'm asked the question, so what's your interest is? What are you looking for? So we look on revenue growth. It's something potential is the revenue growth to 10-20% monthly that we have here already in some pitches. That's already interesting for us. That means it's a niche, it's a nice niche, and we can do investment here and gain more euros by investing euros. And the third thing that I missed, and maybe I want to stress that, always tell what's your unique selling point. Or unique selling proposition, or what's your main competitive advantage against the others. So not only for us, but for yourself every day that you wake up, you know why you're different and why you're going to succeed to be maybe the next one unicorn.
And Audrius, one last question for you. We do know that some startups actually face some turbulence, let's call it turbulence, during the COVID-19 crisis. And if, for example, they have a fall in their revenue, and we do know that venture capital is always looking at the growth, what would be your recommendation for these startups? How can they present that they're still alive and they're recovering, and not to actually show it as a bad thing that happened?
I think the best way that we all understand, and we've been to that crisis already before in 2008, and it's to go on a diet, to get rid of all the unnecessary things that you don't want to spend your money on. Like it's focus on your competitive advantage in your business and what you can do yourself instead of paying for someone. So the diet is number one, and the second is to find new ways to sell, new sales models, how to get the money into your company. So those two components, a diet and a new possible sales, maybe not your usual sales, but something new, some ideas, I think it helped us, our portfolio companies too.
Every crisis creates opportunities. That was the first sentence I said today. Sandra, can I turn to you? Sure. Can you compare yesterday's pitches and today's pitches, and maybe something interesting came up to your mind?
Yes, I'm not quite sure if it's a coincidence or it was planned like this, but today's pitches are much more comprehensive than yesterday's. Probably the founders are just explaining their products in a better way. So this one, and I guess I like the diversity of the products more, because fintech is not only about payment solutions or like credit solutions or some money connected solutions like P2P lending platforms for heavy machineries. Fintech as well, recovering the money lost on the air tickets is fintech as well. So today's diversity was really great.
Thank you so much. So, dear startups, dear viewers, dear jury, thank you so much. This is it. Now, we only need 5 more minutes of your time to be able to announce you the winners of the 3 prizes. I'd like to mention them again. First prize, Cloud Booster, $5,000 free AVS service credits, presented to you by CloudVisor. Also, Fast Track at the FinTech 4 Acceleration Program at Startup Wise Guys. And the third prize, Workation Week at Lighthouse Co-working in the seaside, the beautiful seaside of Lithuania. Dear jury, I'd like you to gather around and make a decision. And I'll meet you in 5 minutes. Stay tuned. So, welcome back to the most important part of our startup pitch battle, the prizes. First of all, I'd like to thank all the viewers that asked a lot of questions for our startups pitching. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to ask you, but believe us, we will transfer or we will pass your questions to the startups, or you can always contact the founders via the contacts they were showing, because you do know that all the recordings will be available. And now, the best part. I'd like to present the first prize from CloudVisor. It's a Cloud Booster prize, $5,000 of free AVS service credits. And the winner is Informdebtor and the founder Dovydas Varkulevičius. Congratulations. Do you have any sound like this? Please, people, help me. That's a very important thing. I'd like to invite a representative of the second prize. And Jone, can you join me on stage and tell everyone what is the prize? Can you stand here, please? What is the prize and who is the winner?
Yes, so the prize from Startup Wise Guys, I think Startup Wise Guys is known for talking literally with hundreds of startups during scouting processes from different parts of Europe, the weirdest parts of the world. And we realized that there's one startup from Lithuania that we haven't talked to. And the prize, the invitation directly to join Startup Wise Guys selection bootcamp of our FinTech batch goes to Informdebtor.
Informdebtor and Dovydas Varkulevičius, congratulations again to you. 2 prizes per 1 day. No, that's a surprise. Thank you so much, Jone. So, last but not least, Ekaterina, can you join me on stage and present the last prize?
I'm so happy to announce the prize. You know that it's very important for startups especially to keep work and life balance. So to help doing that, we provide a workation for a startup who will be the winner of the day, and hope they will enjoy the co-working and co-living in the most desirable co-working space this summer by the very beautiful Baltic Sea lighthouse. So I'm very happy to announce that the winner of the day too is Manu.
Manu Analytics, congratulations, Daumantas Zamalis. Greetings to you. And Ekaterina, I do know that there's something else you'd like to say.
Yes, there is one more thing. Actually, we had a very tough discussion with jury deciding who is worth the prize. And I think that the best prize today goes to Compensair, because the Open Circle Venture Capital would like to immediately to set the one-on-one meeting to discuss the further investments. So congratulations to Compensair.
Roman, we will contact you as soon as possible, and we will definitely arrange a personalized interview with the venture capital. Thank you so much, Ekaterina, for joining me. Congratulations to all the startups that pitched during these 2 days. We hope you had a lot of inspiration from our jury. We hope all the viewers also got a lot of inspiration. And once again, we can say that there's nothing that the startups couldn't beat, even during the quarantine.